let me let me get my Q&A up so I'll be ready. Hold on. I don't expect no one to chime in, but might as well be prepared. Just the same. E voila. Parallel universe. So, the apocalypse is now. I mean, that's what this book here says. Excuse my tattered up book. It's been kind of used and abused, but nonetheless, it gets used. Anyway, how do I know the apocalypse is now? Because the book tells you so. It says here in Luke, no wait, in Acts 2:17. What is this? What is this? What is this? When the enemy will not let go. This is the prayer passport to crush operation. What you looking for, Pharaoh? That's my water. And there's a stubborn Pharaoh. In every generation, there is a stubborn Pharaoh. What's that Pharaoh? Who will not let Israel go. Satan is not soft. He is stubborn to the to the core. This is like some copy stuff there. Like it's a reference from a book called Prayer Passport to Crush Oppression. I thought it was oppositions. Anyway, yeah, so it's like kind of like counseling for the depressed people, to get those depressant demons off of them, whatnot, what have you, what sir have you, what have you, sir, what wonder, what have you on yonder. But yeah. One more passage. He will not release his victims with ease. Talking about Satan. The only language he understands is violence. There is a type of prayer to pray when the enemy is hell bent on denying you your freedom. Such a drastic situation requires some drastic prayer points. We might get back to this at the end of the program, but like, where's the prayer? I do not know. But it's talking about it through all these. We'll have to see what's up with that. So like, let's see. Luke then quotes our verse from Joel in Acts 2:17. Don't think about it, Jackson. Let's find Acts. We got Genesis. The Pharaoh's dream interpreted. Okay, I'm gonna have to put this Pharaoh right there. I just be picking stuff up because that's how things happen for me. Yeah, it all makes sense in the end. Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, um, Judges. I think Acts is near this. Samuel, Kings, guess not. Chronicles, Acts is probably near the end. I think it's probably Chronicles, Esher, Nehemiah, Nehemiah, or whatever. I can't speak English, obviously. Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. I don't know how to say it. Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, uh, Zechariah, Nahum, Micah, Amos, Daniel, Matthew. Matthew myself the other month. I stopped reading the Bible like 2 months ago, following along with the videos and word for word what they're saying from the Bible. It's like easy reading. But Mark, Luke. Oh, here's Acts. All the way here in the back. Wait, I don't think that's supposed to be there. Oh no, it is. Okay. Acts 2:17. So here's 2. Here's 17. So just for context reference, we're going to skip back 1 or 2. We're gonna not go to Acts 2:17. We're gonna go to Acts 2:14, so we can hear what's going on here. It says Acts 2:14, but Peter, standing up with the 11, lifted up with the 11, lifted up his voice and said unto them, Ye men of Judea, and all ye that dwell in Jerusalem, be this known unto you, and hearken to my words. For these are not drunken, as ye suppose, seeing it is but the third hour of the day. But this is that which was spoken by the prophet Joel. And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith God, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. Reading on past 17 on to 18, and on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in these days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy, and I will shew wonders, I will show wonders in heaven above, and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor and of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood before that great and notable day of the Lord come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. And that's all the way to 21, 2:21, Acts 2:22. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Yeshua of Nazareth, a man approved of God among you by miracles and wonders and signs which God did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know, him being delivered by the determinate counsel and foreknowledge of God, oh wait, and foreknowledge of God, ye have taken and by wicked hands have crucified and slain, whom God hath raised up, having loosed the pains of death, because it was not possible that he should be holden of it, because he was black. For David speaketh concerning him, I foresaw the Lord always before my face, for he is on my right hand, that I should not be moved. And we're going to leave it there, Acts 2:25. So basically, what that was saying was this. Luke then quotes our verse from Joel in Acts 2:17. The last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions, and your old men will dream dreams. I'm 44. I've been reoccurring dreaming, having reoccurring dreams. What up, Joan? I've been having reoccurring dreams since I was 9. Having dreams about me being older and whatnot and stuff like that. And I didn't know it was me, but I just knew it was kind of me because like I'm dreaming it and I'm seeing it through my eyes, but I'm an adult, so it's kind of weird and fuzzy. But yeah, I say that to say, since then I've been having dreams since 9. And 2004, I wrote down a whole series of prophecies that actually already came to pass since 2004. In 2000, actually 1999, I just had one prophecy, which was if you vote for Bush Jr., we're all going to go to war. I told everybody. I was actually 17, not old enough to vote yet, because I had to wait till the next year or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So I've had this composition book here since 2004. But I started prophesizing. I don't know how to say that word. Don't call me a genius because I see prophecies. But since 2000, probably 1999, 2000, I just started seeing stuff, but I ain't jarred it down until after I met a girl in about 2001 when I started going to Catherine Gibbs College without a high school diploma. It was a vocational college, but I still got financial aid. Yes, you can lock me up for that if you want. I don't know. Don't have to worry about paying it back. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah. Anyway, so 2004, started writing stuff in here, watching weird movies, vampire movies, and witch movies like The Craft and stuff like that. Freaking breaking down runes from Norse mythology, and you know what I'm saying, figuring out what stuff actually meant. Of course, you can't understand that because that's my chicken scratch. You know what I'm saying? So I know that each letter of each word has an actual meaning from it because each letter came from a rune. So each rune has an actual meaning for it. Each letter that came from a rune is now in a word. And the word is a spelled word. You will go to school to learn how to spell words. And these runes are actually used in spells because each rune has its own spell purpose. But you put them all together, strung together in a single word, and then bam, you got a whole bunch of effery. For real. But anyway, yeah. So I was into like Wiccans and stuff like that, but I wasn't a Wiccan. I was more of an alchemist at the time, just trying everything, putting it all together, coming up with my own conclusions and stuff. And apparently, a lot of this stuff was right. Like, I started finding my older brother's 7%er stuff and figuring out how to do the supreme mathematics, supreme alphabets, and stuff like that, right? So, needless to say, I used to use the supreme alphabet to break down words all the time because the supreme alphabet was as close to runes and the runes, the Norse runes, barbarian runes, Viking runes, whatever you want to call them. What's the Bible? What's the Bible called? This Bible is called the Holy Bible, and it is the King James Version. But that's besides the point because I'm sure God's message is in all the freaking Bibles, even if the Pharisees can't see them. You dig what I'm saying? But anyway, so like, yeah, uranography. Uranography is the study of the planets and how they move in the celestial space. And that's uranography. And not using these words because each letter is a different word. You see where M is, you see where B is, you know. You see where Z is, F is, you know, O, you know. You see L, you know what I'm saying? And anyway, I broke down this word here. Or uranography, you see what I'm saying? Using the supreme alphabet. And the supreme alphabet was a way for um, Muslims and 5%ers, nation of gods and earth, to send back messages between each other in jail. I'm just speculating. I don't know for sure, but like, yeah, I probably would say that's probably what it's used for. Like a hieroglyphics, you know what I mean? It's a need no basis. Only the people in the know knew, you know? All right, so basically, uranography is the alignment of, no, it's not the alignment, is the, I'm gonna break it down to you in a second here, okay? Okay. We come back to Acts 2:17. You reign Niagara. All right. Urainography, the branch of astronomy concerned with describing and mapping the heavens. Translation. Uh, Celestial cartography, uranography, astrography, or star cartography is the aspect of astronomy and branch of cartography concerned with mapping stars, galaxies, and other astronomical objects on the celestial sphere, measuring the positions and light of charted objects requires a variety of instruments and techniques, whatever the heck that means, right? So, Acts 2:17 says, "In the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams." I'm an old man. I've been having these dreams forever. You know what I'm saying? I actually saw the alignment of the planets in our solar system in a dream. And in the dream, I saw it, and the sky was all peach. And I was like, it's time. It's time. Now it's time. Everybody felt better. We ain't hurt. We ain't, well, I'm sure that's still yet to come. But we ain't hurt. We ain't hunger. We ain't thirst. You know what I'm saying? We ain't feel depression. We were happy, the happiest we have ever been. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so Acts 2:17, in the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions, and your old men will dream dreams. And I've been dreaming dreams since I was 9, reoccurring. Uranography with the supreme alphabet says, the universe's Allah, ruler, sorry, the universe's ruler Allah now ciphers the God ruler Allah's powers to his her. Why? So, within the supreme alphabet, U is universe, R is ruler, A is Allah, N is now, O is cipher. Actually, N is now or end, like it's the end. It's the end of the world as we know it. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, um, N now, uh, O ciphers like a cipher is 360. Um, G is God. Of course, there's another R for ruler, another A for an Allah. P is power. H is his, her, or humans. And then Y is why, as in the question why. I have it all in here somewhere. I can find it and show it to you all. So basically, what it's saying is the universe's ruler. Okay, Allah is all people who are humanoids with the consciousness who are close to God.
in the image of God, when God made the first perfect human beings, Adam and Eve. Of course, Lilith was already around, but Adam just was like, "Yeah, I think you guys could work it out." And then Lilith was like, I don't think so. He's a bitch." And then she left, and then she was banished, and then she couldn't come back, and then she left to the first human city that was already inhabited by human slaves who were mining the earth for the resources that they needed of gold mostly. This is way before Egypt and their gold. This is way before Samaria. This is when I used to call the city Ur, but it was actually called Ur, which is really a great reference to the first humans who weren't the Eve structure human, which was the black woman, uh, cavish man, woman, and they were Neanderthals and you know macro men. So yeah. Anyway, so Allah basically means arm, leg, arm, head. See, humanoid, basic humanoid, arm, arm, head. You're an Allah. I'm an Allah. Most of the animals in our freaking world are Allahs, but they have tails too, so they can't really be Allahs. They're more like Talas. That's a joke. Anyway, so the universe ruler Allah, or you could just say the universe's God, because rulers are what? Gods, kings, presidents, dictators, uh, tyrants. You know what I'm saying? If you're a human, you're an Allah. If you're a human being, that or a humanoid being, as we call them in the celestials, humanoid being, you will have an arm, a leg, an arm, and a head. It's just an anagram that I just want to say most of the Muslim kind, the Middle Easterns came up with to describe man as a god. But yeah, they say praise Allah. They're really saying praise God through themselves because each people is the temple of God and God lives in his temples. In your solar plex and your imagination, the right side of your brain. Anyway, the left side of your brain is the logical side, the time that the side that's always trying to figure things out and trying to see how that make things tick. That would be considered the Satan side. You got a God side of your head and a Satan side of your head. God head, Satan head. All right. But anyway, so um, the universe ruler Allah now ciphers the God ruler Allah's powers to his her why. Basically, in Acts 2:17, in the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. His her, your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions, and your old men will dream dreams. I'm an old man. I've been dreaming these dreams since I was a young man. Since I was a young man. Yeah. But yeah. So like let's get back to this uranography. What's uranography and why we worried about the planets and stuff like that and doing stuff like that? Let's go to the prophecies. let's go to the prophecies, okay? Prophecies that I made in 2004. You know what I'm saying? If I can find them. All the way up until about 2016, when then I couldn't see no further past that because journeys were starting and people were going to do their own thing, own thing. Oh, there's the alphabet. It's getting close. I don't know which page it's on. I just don't want to skip it because it's really small. And there's more of the runes. There's the supreme mathematics. That basically helped me a lot with the figuring out the dates of things and when they was gonna occur. But that last thing took a minute to occur. Like, oh, here it is. Okay. All right. See, it says the top of the page, 2004, and this starts in 2004. Oh wait, you can't see it. 2004, and it goes all the way to 2024 actually, but I couldn't really see that either. I just know my journey starts in 2024 from a lot of mathematics and stuff like that. But like, so basically, 2000, we voted in Bush Jr., and he decided he wanted to live out his life, his legacy of his father, Bush Sr., who sent us to Desert Storm, where there was a fight with, I can't remember, Saddam Hussein over oil, I believe. And then, yeah, we started getting better oil deals. Apparently, right? But, yeah. So, when 1999 hit, when 2000, 1990, I think I was 17. When Desert Storm was around, I believe I was like, I want to say 11. Yeah. Anyway, whole couple of decades, pretty much a decade. So, with the supreme mathematics, go back a little step here. Where is the supreme mathematics? There we are. With the supreme mathematics, I'm just going to tell you it's got 1 through 9 and then 0. 1 is knowledge, and that's also represents man. So 1 is knowledge, also represents man. 2 is wisdom, which also represents woman. And 3 is understanding, which also represents child. So basically, they're saying if a man is living in the world by himself, he has to know himself. And then he finds a woman, and she knows herself, and together they make everything make sense. And then they grow wisdom from everything making sense. But then they have children, and then they understand everything. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Also, one person plus another person equals three. But that's besides the point. So, one is knowledge, two is wisdom, three is understanding, four is culture or freedom, five is power, six is equality, seven is Allah or God, eight is build or destroy, nine is born, and zero is cipher, means 360. And according to history, one out of zero, history is doomed to repeat itself. According to the Bible, it's repeated twice already. And this is the third age. And the truth is, we have three strikes. After the third, the world is cleansed. Before this must come to pass, Christ consciousness will be resurrected by God to stop the third strikes. But people won't accept him into their hearts. And in the last days, men will be boisterous and lovers of themselves. And I just wrote all that down. Like I wasn't in the Bible at that time in 2004. I was really more into alchemy. You see what I'm saying? Um, that's really the tetragrammaton symbols. But tetragrammaton isn't God's real name. It's just the sound of his vibration. Everything has a vibration. Anyway, so out of the supreme mathematics to this premonition, I was using the supreme mathematics to determine everything mathematic wise because our universe, our galaxy, everything is mathematics. Like God simplex is mind. God is mind. Whether it's right God or left God, God is mind. The whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle, God is mind. And mind is mathematics because everything has to break down to something and equal up to something or it doesn't make sense. Even zero is nothing but something. Anyway, so 2000 with the cipher, I said Bush elected president because his father was elected president and whatnot. So if he was elected president, then he followed his father's footprints. That's a cipher of his legacy, of his whole name. Could have been any Bush, but it was George Bush Jr. There's so many Bushes in the Bush freaking campaign family that want to be the president, and we all know this, like Jed or Judd, Jed, Jed, Jedediah Bush. I don't know. Anyway, so I said in 2000, I said 1999, just just prophesizing. I couldn't even vote. I could vote in 2000, but not in 1999. Well, I didn't have to vote in 2000. I had to vote in 2003, going into 2004, regardless of the fact. 1999, I told everybody, because, um, I was with my beat. Uh, hold on a second. But anyway, so like I had that. Do, do. Anyway, so yeah, I told everybody 1999, if you vote for Bush for president, we're all gonna go to war, just like his daddy. But so those were my peoples, Kenny and Aaron. Kenny was voting because he was 18. Me and Aaron was 17. We was just tagging along because we was like had nothing else better to do, whatnot, whatnot. And so he's voting 1999. I told everybody in the poll or whatever, not in the poll, but in the voting area, that if we voted for Bush, we were gonna go to war. I don't know how we were gonna go to war. I just knew that we were gonna go to war, and that's all I kept saying all day long. That whole day, if you vote for Bush, we're gonna go to war. It wasn't even just the people in the voting area that I was telling. It was people all over the streets, and just like we were in Newark, New Jersey. It was like people talking in person. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but anyway, so here, starting off with the cipher 2000. Ciphers itself 360. Bush elected president. Plus non cipher starts war for the empire, but that's between 2000 2004 because 4 is divine or destroy. But we didn't get into that yet because in 9/11 2000, Twin Towers fell, which was a Nostradamus prediction. I have his book in my storage unit. It said the two highest peaks of the new world will come to a crashing fall, starting the biggest world war between nations ever recorded. And that was the Twin Towers, because what other two peaks are in the New World that are the tallest peaks? And that's Nostradamus. You know what I mean? But anyway, and then we started going to war. So 2004 came. I told my mother that Bush was going to become reelected president. Everybody was going to vote for John Kerry. She wanted to vote for John Kerry. She wanted me to vote for John Kerry. I voted for John Kerry just to give him an extra little kick in the butt. It didn't work. It did not work. Because I told everybody at that voting poll that Bush was going to be reelected president and the whole system was rigged and there was nothing they could do about it. And they were like really pissed off at me because it was, first of all, a church where they were voting at, and some of the people that were handling it were people who worked for the church or whatnot. So like they were offended that I would come into the church and tell these blasphemous lies about President Bush becoming president again. They went to the point where they told me when he isn't president and John Kerry is the elected president that they wanted me to come back to their church and apologize for everybody, to everybody for making a spectacle of this whole thing, making a mockery of this whole thing, because people actually make a difference. And voting, yeah, people actually make a difference. No, this thing's not wholly rigged, totally rigged. Anyway, 2004, Bush was reelected, and obviously, the start of the war for the empire and culture of freedom happened. So, in 2004, um, they were all amazed. Nobody really wanted to talk to me. Nobody even knew that, you know, I was just getting prophecies all the time and stuff, updates all the time. You know what I'm saying? And then my mother started believing in me a little bit more, so she stayed young looking. I told her, as long as you believe in me, you'll always stay young looking. And my brother, he believed in me more because he went with us because he was too young to vote, but he was too young to stay at home by himself. My mother took us to vote, whatever, whatever. Anyway, a lot of people believed me more than then. 2005, 2006, I went to my friend's house in West Milford or Milford. I think it was Milford, but it could have been West Milford. His name was Michael Philberg. He was kind of jealous of Michael Phelps because it was a couple letters off, but he was a wicked artist and photographer. He used to take the best still life freaking photos of things that you would never know existed until you seen it in his light. His room was covered in paint and markers and crayons, and he had all his friends from all his whole life because he lived in a house with his parents. His parents owned the house. They owned this house since he was a kid, and he was like literally 18, 19 when I met him with JM, and he was like 21, and I was like 20, 21, 22. I want to say 22. Anyway, I'm over there, and he's like, "Bro, I want you to draw on my freaking wall because I know you're an artist, and I seen your work, and I want you to draw something on my wall." I was like, "I don't feel like drawing." He was like, "Bro, you gotta draw something on my wall. Everybody comes to my room, draws something on my wall. It's my memory." And I take pictures of my walls and stuff. On the ceilings, he had drawings all over the walls, behind the desk, behind his bed, all over the walls, on the freaking windowsill, all over the walls. He had drawings. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, nah, I don't want to draw. I draw all the time. I'm an artiste. That's all I do is draw, you dig? That's all I do is draw. I'm like, I don't want to draw. He was like, bro, at least put your name up there. Say that you was here or something, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'll do that. And I went up there and I put down my name. It was Ali Star. That's what I used to call myself. But I have a signature with it, like Prince. And then I put down National Enlisting 2006, 2007. And he was like, what does that mean? And I was like, well, it means they can recruit you as long as you are not the only son or are retarded, son. I don't like saying that word. See how I said it so weird? I don't like saying that word. It gives me the creeps. It doesn't really give me the creeps, it just gives me the creeps to say it. But like special needs, son. This is really before they started really considering the equal librium of women in the army. You know what I'm saying? And the military. They had them in there, but they didn't really like pitch it out to women. They pitched it out to men more. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the recruiting office, you'd see a big dude on the fucking window and shit, shaking another dude's hand, inviting them into the military. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, everything is everything. Everybody wants everybody to be everything. You know what I'm saying? So like, you'll see men, women, whatever you have on the freaking recruiting windows and stuff like that. But 2005, 2006, it wasn't popping like that. They were misogynistic as fuck. Actually, 2008, they was even more misogynistic when they voted Obama, the black man Democrat, over Hillary, the white woman Democrat. That just shows you how misogynistic America is and was in 2008, 2007. But let's skip back to the past of 2005 when I wrote this up there. Um, 2005 was equality. What was six? I don't remember. Six was power. Oh yeah, equality and power. So in that factor, Bush had to show the quote unquote 9/11 terrorists that they weren't equal to America and that America had all the power. So he started his national enlisting in 2006, 2007. But in 2005, 2006, I wrote down war against terror kicks power, kicks off with a U.S. bang, World War III. Well, everybody thought World War III was going to happen every now and again about all things, you know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on a second. Anyway, yeah. We've been rolling for like how long? 54 minutes? Yeah, okay. We have to kind of speed this up a little bit because my TV screen is just sitting here and it's probably thinking I'm not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? I have to do one of these real quick. Anyway, so 2005, 2006, the war against terror. 2007, seven is God. So 2007, the new messiahs revealed God to the world, and I don't know. Some people found him, but some other people don't know if he is him. But like, that's a whole different thing because that's just a messiah, regardless of the fact. 2008. 2008, 8 is build or destroy. So 2008, a new world starts to build as the old dies, which was, Bush was out and Obama was in, and there was change to be made. Yeah. And then 9 is Islam. 2009, I wrote down New Islam is united. New Jerusalem, East Black 60606. In 2009, we realized that Obama was actually an American Muslim who was all about um, helping the Muslims and they'd be knocking stuff down over there. Over there in the you know, in the West, South Asia, West Asia. I forgot already. I haven't had my medicines. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so like, and then 1 1. So 1 was knowledge. So 1 1 to me was knowledge is born. And that represented the king for me. So in 2011, the end of the beginning is near, I wrote down, which was a precaution for 2012 because of the Hopi prophecy, which was, let's go to the Hopi prophecy real quick. The Hopi prophecy. What are you doing in there? Stop messing up stuff. Let me come in there. Okay, I don't know how to get to that. I've never read this before. It says the Hopi prophecy, the Hopi message, the United Nations, 12/10/92, 1992. We Hopi believe that the human race has passed through 3 different worlds. Like I said, 3 different ages. We're in the third one now. And life weighs, sorry, and life weighs since the beginning. At the end of each prior world, human life has been purified or punished by the Great Spirit Masua, due mainly to corruption, greed, and turning away from the Great Spirit's teaching. The last great destruction was the flood, which destroyed all but a few faithful ones who received a permission from the Great Spirit to live with him in this new land. The Great Spirit said, "It is up to you if you are willing to live by if you are willing to live my poor, humble, and simple life way. It is hard, but if you agree to live according to my teachings and instructions, if you never lose faith in the life I shall give you, you may come and live with me." The Hopi and all who were saved from the great flood made a sacred covenant with the Great Spirit at the time. We Hopi made an oath that we will never turn away from him. For us, the Creator's laws never change or break down. To the Hopi, the Great Spirit is all powerful. He appeared to the first people as a man and talked with them in the beginning of the creation of this world. He taught us how to live, to worship, where to go, and what food to carry. Gave us seeds and plant and harvest. He gave us a set of sacred stone tablets into which he breathed all teachings in order to safeguard his land and life. And these stone tablets were made instructions and prophecies and warnings. This was done with the help of Spider Woman. I don't know about Spider Woman, but I'm a high priestess, and it's not no weird stuff because I'm also a emperor. It's a tarot card thing. They're not they're genderless. Anyway, before the Great Spirit went into hiding, he and Spider Woman put before the leaders of the different groups of people many colors and sizes of corn for them to choose their food in this world. The Hopi was the last to pick. The Hopi then chose the smallest ear of corn. The Masuk said, "You have shown me you are wise and humble. For this reason, you will be called Hopi, people of peace." Get out of there! It was the Spider Woman's two grandsons the sacred stone tablets were given. The two brothers were instructed to carry them to a place the Great Spirit had instructed them. The older brother was to go immediately to the east to the rising sun, and upon reaching his destination, was instructed to immediately start to look for his younger brother who shall remain in the land of the Great Spirit. The older brother's mission, when he returned, was to help his younger brother, Hopi, bring about peace, brotherhood, and everlasting life. Um, Hold on now. Where's the actual prophecy? This is a lot to take in. I can't help you, man. Man, not that. Well, whatever. I'll take it. Finding page. Warrior. No, that's right. Oh, boy. Warrior. No warriors. Um, about rainbow. No rainbow. Okay, I think I was the wrong one. Because that's telling me stuff, but like, not what I'm looking for. Okay, this is what it is. Legend of the Rainbow Warriors. Since the early 1970s, a legend of rainbow warriors has inspired some environmentalists and hippies with a belief that their movement is the fulfillment of a Native American prophecy. Usually, the prophecy is is claimed to be Hopi or Kra, which is crow. However, this prophecy is not Native American at all, but rather from a 1962 evangelical Christian religious tract titled Warriors of the Rainbow by William Willoya and Vincent Brown from Naturegraph Publishers. Brown is, I'm gonna knock you guys out. I'm not really gonna knock you guys out, but I'm gonna knock you guys out. Let me put this freaking lullaby music on. You guys are gonna go to sleep. Why are you so psychotic on him? You're only buck 5, and that looked like air. Weird. Anyway, what is the prophecy, eh? This is taking way too long. All right, here we go. The legend said the Native Americans would also be joined by many of their light skinned brothers and sisters who would in fact be the reincarnated souls of the Indians who were killed or enslaved by the first light skinned settlers. It was said that the dead souls of the first people would return in bodies of all different colors: red, white, yellow, and black, together and unified, like the colors of the rainbow. These people would teach all of the peoples of the world how to have love and reverence for Mother Earth, of whose very stuff we human beings are also made of. And that was the prophecy of that. Right. So, yeah, 2012 is brouhaha, and the end of the beginning, at the end of the old days. Anyway, regardless of the fact, 2016, six is power, and in 2003, 2002, Omnimancer by the name of Athena something or another, because I can't remember her last name. It was like Eshkashara, something like that. She was an energy witch or whatever, and she like told me that 2016, all witches believed that the planets were going to align themselves in a row, and magic was going to be available for all humans who knew how to harness magic or use magic. So basically, I just put 2016, the power, the planets are aligned. And then 2024 is unknown because my journey begins then. Basically, so 2016 was uranography, the planets aligning. 2022, the planets aligned fully. Not only are we being bombarded by solar flares or whatnot, solar storms, but yeah, and planets are aligning. So, what do we think about that? Well, in the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams. I'm an old man. I dreamt dreams since I was a young man. And they were reoccurring dreams about things that happened when I was an old man. like these things that are happening right now. And uranography, the 2016, 2022, whatever, the planets will align and the universe's ruler Allah will now cipher 360, the God ruler Allah's powers, which would be obviously Yeshua, right? To humans, his, her, why? Why else? To prophesize, to see things, see theories, see dreams, you know what I'm saying? And let's get into this one. Let's get into this one real quick. Let's get into this real quick. Uh, let's get into this. Let's get into this. Let's get into let's get into this right here because I don't even like to move my mouth when I'm talking like that.
It shows a vast expanse of galaxies, stars and planets with no apparent pattern. But early today we were treated to a rare straight line across the heavens, a once-in-a-thousand-year alignment in the solar system.
But the answers to the universe are years and years and years, decades away. We may never get all the answers to it. You know, as J.B. Haldane said, the universe is not only very strange, it's far stranger than we can imagine.
Stargazers have been treated to a dazzling display, an astronomical event which has occurred for the first time in close to 1,000 years. As Elizabeth Moss discovered, the alignment of the planets will be visible to Melburnians for the next few days.
A celestial spectacle illuminating the morning sky. Saturn, Jupiter, Venus and Mars forming a straight line to the heavens.
The universe is showing off for us and putting on something spectacular.
The dazzling display seen for the first time in some 1,000 years.
The fact that humans haven't seen it since 947 AD, wild.
Why the wait? Put simply, these big celestial bodies move pretty slowly.
Planets move at all different rates. We're used to a year here on Earth, whether that feels fast or slow to some people. Other planets, though, take many, many years. So you really have to get lucky when you're trying to align the planets.
And plenty of people were lucky to see it over the past few mornings. And while it's visible all over the globe, down under, we're really in luck.
The southern hemisphere has the best view because for us, it's not at a low angle. It's almost directly above from the horizon. So we're in the box seat.
Because the planets are so bright, you won't even need binoculars or anything like this to see the spectacle.
Hey, speaking of checking out stuff, this is pretty cool right here. This is a pretty interesting phenomenon. This month,
A rare event will happen in the sky this month, and you'll be able to see 5 planets all lined up in a row.
We're keeping an eye on the skies all of June because the planets are going to do something very special that they haven't done in a long time.
a planet party for the first time in nearly 2 decades.
Got some breaking.
What are you doing with my firm?
Turning it into the top firm in Chicago.
Well, you'll be able to see Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn all aligned in the night sky.
This is a rare solar system extravaganza. What do you call it? A planet party? That we're all invited to?
Yeah. So NASA says that this is just a coincidence and it doesn't happen often.
And they're actually, ironically enough, in order from their orbit from the sun. Now, this is rare because of the different sizes, the speeds of their orbits, and the different tilts of all of their orbits.
And the really special thing on June 24th is the moon. And the moon will be positioned where the planet Earth would fall in the planet's alignment.
The astronomical conjunction. Here we go. Yeah. This is pretty cool stuff.
Uranography.
The world's most powerful particle accelerator, the Large Hadron Collider, will reopen today after 3 years of being shut down
This
for
right here?
repairs.
This right
Scientists
here
around the globe are hoping that the
blows
upgraded
up
machine, which is massive, will
parallel
be able to detect
universes.
new particles and start a physics revolution that could forever
Blows
change
up
our
parallel
understanding of the whole
universes.
universe.
Then the
And
real
then we
work
have the
begins.
fucking
And then comes
Mandela
the
effect.
search for what lies beyond the visible universe.
An even more exciting thing is to see if we can find dark matter. Because this is this cliche thing. If you look to the sky in the evening, you see these 95%, you see this 5% of what's out there, and the other 95% you don't see.
666.
And this is for us what we call the black matter. And we hope to
Sir
discover
Uranus.
hints of the existence and how to look for it, also with the elites.
Dark matter is shown here in purple in this simulation, sprawling across the blackness of space. The bright areas are galaxies, stars and planets, which make up just a tiny fraction of the universe. The researchers here hope to produce dark matter particles by accelerating the inside of atoms close to the speed of light around a 27-kilometer ring, and then crashing them together. Could this be one of the biggest discoveries ever in physics?
I'd say yes. I'd say it might be. Yes, indeed. It's the majority of the universe that is made of this dark matter, and we have, at the moment, no clue what it is. So yes.
The LHC has smashed atoms together to investigate what lies in them. Now researchers are hoping the revamp will unleash further discoveries that could unlock the secrets of the universe.
When you're talking about the Large Hadron Collider and physics experiments at this level, the key word is energy. What they're trying to do there is mimic, approach the energies that happen at the beginning of the Big Bang. And why is this research so important? Well, if we want to understand our place in the universe, we need to get as deep down as we can get. And in order to do that, you need these energies. And that's what they're doing. They're upgrading the injectors that fire the particles.
That's a medieval castle. You have to have like a winding road to get there.
Deep underground, Dr. Marcello Bonner shows me into the heart of the Large Hadron Collider.
So this is the first time I'll have seen the detector, and wow, this looks incredible.
7,000 tons of intricate engineering, built to detect minute particles created by atoms crashing together.
This is one of the best positions because it really shows you all the majesty of this detector, isn't it? Yeah.
That's what they call me.
The answer to why we're doing it is,
Majesty.
if we want to understand the universe, our place in the universe, we need to get as fundamental understanding of it as we can. It's called the Standard Model. And what these guys are trying to do is break the Standard Model to see if it holds up to everything they can find out.
The researchers here are excited about what the newly upgraded Large Hadron Collider could achieve. It could help them make discoveries that would lead to the greatest shift in our understanding of the universe since Einstein.
Dark matter in that Standard Model that I was talking about, and dark energy,
I'm dark matter.
we know have to be there, but we have no idea what they are.
Dark lives matter.
Reaching out to mankind through news. That's right, guys. A new report out in China could be bringing us closer to that becoming a reality and answering that age-old question: are we alone in the universe? Using the world's largest radio telescope, researchers picked up what they are saying possible signs of life beyond Earth in the form of mysterious electromagnetic signals. They did not rule out possible radio interference. They said it was unlike anything they'd seen before.
When it comes, of course, we were telling you earlier this week, NASA's looking into the possibility of extraterrestrial civilizations after it launched an investigation to UFOs just last week. Are we alone in the universe?
No,
absolutely
no. I don't think they're little green men, though.
But I hope not.
Just last month, this video shot on an iPhone during an air show in Miami appears to show something shooting up out of the water with people swimming nearby.
And I saw it and I was like,
wow.
What in the, like, no way.
But unlike the Department of Defense, NASA says their findings won't be classified. They could even include reviews of videos captured by civilians.
What is going on right now?
Add this to the mix. Tim Peake is a well-regarded astronaut, probably Britain's most most famous astronauts. Pete spent 6 months living aboard the International Space Station. In an interview this past week, he was asked about videos like this that the U.S. Navy has shot of unidentified objects that they can't explain. And Mr. Peake's answers were quite interesting indeed. Take a look.
I think when you see the video footage, it is quite remarkable. It does seem extraordinary as to what these machines are capable of.
So, yeah. In my dream, in my reoccurring dream, I seen the planets align. It was daytime, and all was fine. You get me? You get me, blood? But we gotta leave now. We're just doing all that to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? I got verifications. You know what I'm saying? Got some people who read cards. They already told me this stuff like 100 times. It's the same story every time I pick up a fucking camera. Every time I do this. Oh, bam. Every time I do this, there's somebody here telling me.
Tomorrow is a long time coming. Continuing the work we started over 20 years ago. Hi guys.
Telling me about somebody who wants me back, who never really had me. Somebody else who's a dude who likes dudes who wants me, but never told me. But like that would have never made a difference. But and another chick who never had me but had my love, who I helped get her out of a shithole in her life where she was about to kill herself. You know what I'm saying? Stupid ass. And all three of them working against me. But me, being an earth angel, they don't know that I'm protected by the Most High, and angels here for a real purpose. They can't do nothing to me. All their freaking weapons don't have no effect. It's still random video. They're all random. When they find you, it's for a reason. Talking about how I left them in the trailer park, just sitting there like doo-doo-doo.
I feel like somebody is like very, very, very much attracted to you here. Okay, someone's reaching out. A lot of communication, a lot of sexting, maybe penis pics. Could be dealing with a Libra with the Justice card. So something's going to be fair balanced. There's going to be some kind of communication.
I'm a Leo Cancer. There's Taurus, there's a Capricorn, and it's a Sagittarius. I have Libra in the house, in my house, and Aries in my moon. That's me. I've healed, I've moved on.
Traveling, I'm getting something about communication here, emails or sexting or whatever this is, okay? This is why I'm getting exponential health here. This is, yeah, you're definitely getting your own following here. Okay, something is accurate or something is on. Okay, there's a lot of wands here, a lot of attraction. Somebody here is very attractive, could be foreign here. Okay. But I'm getting you're excited or you're passionate about something you're putting. I'm getting a lot of uploads. I'm getting a lot of people reaching out, congratulating you, or a lot of good feedback on whatever this new idea is, this creative endeavor, or whatever this is that you're doing here. I'm getting like a lot of comments about your beauty, how beautiful you are, how attractive you are, or something like that. Okay, but I'm
I am
definitely
beautiful.
something about exponential growth. The numbers are up. Yeah, the people something is starting or beginning and new is really taking off. I'm also getting somebody really wants your attention here.
Everybody wants my attention. I want my attention. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm just getting a lot of attraction here. Yeah, the Queen of Wands. Okay. So, somebody is bad. This period, very, very highly attractive here. Okay, this is a lot of, but I'm getting like a lot of sexual. So this could be like, maybe somebody's on stage, maybe somebody's a stripper, or somebody's like, this could be something.
I'm an actor. Well, not an actor, but like an entertainer.
Woman, but I'm getting it's like a melanated woman. Yeah, the two of swords too.
Yeah.
So somebody here is worried about the truth, you know. Or worried about that you know about this attraction, or that about
I know everything.
Attracted to someone and talking to them.
Yeah.
Or a lot of communication here with someone. There's been some lies and cheating going on here, betraying.
Yeah.
And I'm getting, it's been quite a few betrayals. You have a lot of swords.
Especially with my ex-best friend.
And they know you know the truth.
Oh yeah, I know the truth about them having being prostitutes, and I know the truth about them, having a sex ring in the black market that they do business with. It's like child pornography and shit like that. I know that somebody's in a custody war over their child, and their child might be used as a prostitute as well in the sex ring family and all that good stuff.
Nature gives people a place for peace, healing, and community. Being in nature are from the things that dominate my life. I feel connected to something bigger, a place where everyone can.
Capricorn.
Or something was just, what is the Queen of Wands power with the Seven of Wands? But somebody got cut off.
Everybody got cut off.
Something was just purely sexual here. Okay.
They had Jezebel. They had Jezebel spirits with them. All through them. Trying to attach one to me. I was like, fuck you, bitch. Yeah. Fuck you, bitch. I literally fucked that Jezebel bitch in my fucking dream, and she fucking got scared of me because she didn't know what the fuck she was dealing with. She ain't been back since. There was another one that was trying to come up in here, but then there was this needle that was on top of my freaking ceiling looking at her, and she came in and she seen him or her, and she like got scared and ran off. And then I woke up like, well, that was interesting.
Sexting or whatever, and then it just stops, and it stops all of a sudden they're disinterested and they get blocked. Okay, and now you have new love here. Yeah, yeah, something just ends abruptly, a cycle is closed out, it's over.
Girl, I've been hurt, no, you're not a lover. You are no girl, I've been hurt, no,
Some petty shit. I feel like somebody is very sexual here. Somebody's like throwing themselves out there, posting pictures or sending naked pictures of themselves. themselves.
That's a
to get
Taurus.
somebody's attention because they're competing with somebody else.
That's a Taurus. And if anything, she's competing with the with Capricorn. This will be sad.
And I feel like
I don't know.
there
The
was
Taurus
a lot
got
of
more than
communication here
Capricorn.
back and forth between two people online or something like that, or there was sex or someone went to travel to see somebody, or there was talks of this but it never happened. I feel like somebody was doing this because of his cups. Somebody's like competing with you or jealous of you, or somebody really hates you, or somebody has to use their body to get the attention of people. Because they get a lot of attention from several people.
But it's not that good attention.
There's no love here. There's nothing. There's only wands. I feel like somebody likes to compete or win by any means. Somebody wants to beat you or beat someone else by any fucking means.
Good luck. It's not gonna happen.
So somebody knows that somebody, this is too many, okay, moved on or something.
Deuces.
Or someone's like, yeah. Y'all, these cards, man. Alright. This is energy is here in Libra. Okay, but it could be any sign. It could be a fire sign, a Sagittarius possible.
Sagittarius, yeah.
So you met somebody new, a Pisces, or somebody seen that you were with this Pisces or this psychic. If it's not a Pisces with the High Priestess, you have love, or there was an abundance of love.
That was a long time ago, that Pisces. And I loved her. But, no.
The Ace of Cups and the Yellow of Swords.
That makes sense.
There was infidelity, they were lying, there was cheating, there's secrets here, and they're going to get exposed. What's the High Priestess? The Ace of Cups. So somebody sees that you had the love, or that somebody feels like you have a patient picture for a reader, or you're praying for someone's purposes, but this is a tarot card reader, okay? A psychic, a spiritualist.
That's you.
Or somebody that reads palms, or somebody that very psychic here. Okay?
That's you. I mean, I do, but I'm not doing it because that's against the law. The fact that I'm listening to you is almost against the law.
The High Priestess, if somebody knows you,
Yeah.
the Page of Swords.
Oh, I have a personal High Priestess.
There's somebody competing with you, there's somebody watching you, somebody knew that you had new love, or somebody knew that somebody was with this High Priestess online or something, and they tried to invade and compete.
No, it's not.
So they post pictures or started reaching out or did some kind of something here.
That was you.
You're
talking about your doppelgangers right now.
In their favor. You have a moon card, could be Cancer.
I'm the Cancer.
Did something behind the scenes or did something wicked here. You have the Nine of Swords. Now somebody shook in the Five of Cups and regret.
I'm not doing anything, and I'm not shook.
Because you left or you walked away, or something's going to end here because someone's a liar.
Yeah.
Somebody allows outside forces to infiltrate from connections, and then somebody try to play with a psychic, somebody that knows what the truth is, they know what the fuck is up. Yeah, the Five of Cups, somebody's going to be that really, really disappointed. Here it is showing up again, okay? Now somebody regrets putting you in a competitive position. You have the Eight of Cups in the Sun. Now somebody regrets playing with you.
I regret nothing.
What the fuck this is they were doing? You have what's the Empress and the Star here. And the Magician. I'm definitely getting that somebody here, this Empress energy. Could be a Pisces, Aquarius, a Libra, or an Aries here. I'm just feeling like somebody knows you can't be fucked with, you can't be competed with, you can't be put in the same category.
Not
Somebody
at
here, I mean,
all.
the Empress is the most beautiful in the deck and the most powerful.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I feel like somebody here was just jealous. They were watching what somebody else had here. They were watching it. And they wanted to compete. So they came in and stirred shit up. Sent sexual pictures or started doing shit to manipulate a person's energy. Now somebody's mad because they walked away, or somebody feels sad, or somebody lost someone.
Oh well.
This could be this Queen of Wands.
Sorry for you.
This jealous person who is doing hateful shit. It feels disappointed because they were blocked and cut the fuck off. That's
Blockity, blockity, blah, blah. Play with the bull, you're gonna get the horns.
With my throat chakra. You know what we say it is? I'm gonna say it any fucking way, ho. Whoever the fuck I'm talking to, I'm gonna still say it.
Say it,
You're a dirty
girl.
asshole. And you put yourself out there just like that.
And you put yourself out there like that. And you might got something.
Stop me from saying whatever's not going on.
Is this one? Yeah, sexual transmitted demons. Feeling triggered. Losing must win by any cost. Apology for movement.
Okay. So I definitely feel like there's some real energy and some jealousy. Somebody's also jealous because you're at a peak, you're winning, you're getting views. There's somebody competing with you heavily.
I don't know who.
All you're doing is sitting up the Empress, the star. So you're in the public eye, you're a psychic, an astrologer. Somebody's definitely a palm reader, or a psychic, or an astrologer. Somebody's a master magician here as well.
I know those are imps for money.
I'm getting you're creative, you're beautiful, you're abundant, you know how to manifest.
Majin Buu.
And care. You're getting really good, you're progressive, you're good at what you do. I'm getting the new ideas taking off. This is your justice, okay? Justice is the first card out, the strongest energy. So whatever this shit is that's been going on, this competing, what's the Five of Swords? Yeah, that's going to come to an end. Ten of Swords abruptly. Now somebody is apologizing, or someone's going to be. Let's see what the fuck this is. I feel like somebody's trolling you, lying, making up rumors, trying to infiltrate you, trying to do whatever the fuck this is. I feel like somebody is bitter and mad and angry because they got excommunicated. Or something's not moving for them. This Queen of Wands energy is giving me somebody who truly is insecure with the Five of Pentacles. That's like a lack. That's insecurity. That's something that's not attractive. Somebody comes off as confident, but they have very low self-esteem. And they throw themselves at people, or they're very sexual or something like that. Okay? I feel like somebody got caught.
Well, that could be anybody, really. That's kind of vague.
I feel like somebody's feeling angry, mad, upset.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't wake up angry, mad, upset, sad. I wake up happy because I get to pee.
Could be a Capricorn or Leo or a Sagittarius, or somebody has this highly aspect.
I'm the Leo, Cancer.
I feel like with the Queen of Wands and the Devil, somebody could be dabbling in black magic. Somebody could have did this to infiltrate a connection or something like that.
Damn, that's sad. I stopped dealing in magic so long ago.
Somebody's obsessive. Somebody is very, 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 like, angry or something like that. Okay? Yeah, this could also be like competing. Maybe somebody does the same work as you, but you do it better. I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
What's the Devil card? If somebody's like obsessed with hating you, or obsessed with infiltrating something, or fucking something up, or just a very low energy. Yep, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, someone's doing some kind of spell work, trap work, binding work. That's what that is.
Okay.
Or someone's paying someone to do this. The Eight of Swords and the Devil, someone's doing this. Somebody's doing a lot of it too.
They ain't doing a good job.
somebody's gun ho on competing with you, on trapping you, on infiltrating your connection, on because somebody feels inadequate when it comes to you. Somebody feels like that you were chosen over them or they got blocked or cut the fuck off. Somebody's used to a lot of people wanting them sexually but not giving them love. Because the Empress is unconditional love with the Ace of Cups.
We all know who that is.
Someone's mad because someone knows that someone's in love with you, that they're in love with you.
We all know.
They choose you.
We all know who that is too.
Okay. This could be somebody you have a teenage son with. It doesn't have to.
I don't have any kids.
And somebody feels left out.
I mean,
insecure.
Pharaoh
cut off or rejected.
is my kid.
Months.
And I did like share privileges of taking care of him.
Somebody hates because somebody just feels like you're better than them, that you shine when you walk in the room, you get the attention of everybody, you're very beautiful, well dressed, confident, you take care of yourself, you shine very bright, you're inspirational, you're exalted, okay? You're celebrated, you're progressive, some kind of spell somebody put somebody under, it's over. It's broken, it didn't work, it's dead and it's done. Now somebody's angry or mad or they're trying to bind someone to them. You have the Ten of Wands, the strength, somebody is trying their hardest to bind somebody, to control somebody, to feel like they won. Yeah, the Hermit could be a Virgo. They want to win, or they want, the Nine Cups. Somebody's winning.
I know so many Virgos.
To win. That even includes spell work. This Queen of Wands with the Devil is somebody that vibrates very, very low. A lot of entities attached to them. This person could possibly have had several sexual partners.
Yeah, I know a lot of Virgos that had a lot of sexual partners. I'm gonna go for now. It's getting real. Really real. Well, really, like, regardless of the fact. Regardless of the fact that they be talking about me. And they always say that the same story. And it doesn't matter who it is. They're always saying the same story. They're always talking about this girl's wolf pussy. I don't want to know. But yeah, I had to go, so I'm going to be about this piece. So you already know. Papa's LOEH. We up out of the bed. We out. Yeah.